Look, the first 10 seconds of any pitch, those moments, are everything. If that spark doesn't light right away, if you don't grab what truly matters immediately, everything else fades. You know it. You feel it every time you watch a founder stumble or hesitate. It's brutal, right? Because when that first moment slips, the rest of the pitch becomes a mountain that's impossible to climb. So what is it? What is that thing every VC, every investor is really hunting for in those first 10 seconds? Forget the slides, the fancy graphs, the buzzwords that sound like they came straight off a cliche factory. No one cares about your market size or your disruptive strategy in the first flash. They've heard it all 100 times. The truth is, those first precious moments are a test of something deeper, something raw. It's the pulse of your story, the beat of your belief, the fire that burns behind your pitch. Right now, maybe you're sitting there thinking, I've got a killer product, a solid team, a clear vision. Why aren't investors biting faster? Here's the cold reality. If you don't make them feel it, if you don't pull them in emotionally, none of that matters. They're not investing in numbers. They're investing in conviction and in you, the confidence that this person believes, what they're building with every fiber of their being. That intensity, you have to live it in those first sounds, those first sentences. So how do you do this? The key is to strip everything down to one thing. Why you? Not the why of your product or your market, but your own why. The real reason you refuse to accept the world as it is. Investors want to see that burning refusal to accept good enough, that relentless hunger to change the game because they need to know you aren't just chasing a business. You're chasing a cause. And that cause has to hit them in a way that makes them stop, lean forward and say, tell me more. Stop trying to dazzle with what you know. Instead, give them a glimpse of what they don't know about you. Tell them about the moment that broke you from the pack, the experience that pushed you beyond average, the struggle that forged a new kind of leader out of chaos and doubt. Investors listen to heartbreak and resilience. They buy into battles won, scars earned, lessons learned in fire, not just spreadsheets polished and rehearsed lines. And here's something that rarely gets said, but is brutal truth. If your pitch doesn't immediately cut through their noise, they zone out. They move on. The venture capital world is a river of distractions and dozens of pitches every day. The very best know that the first 10 seconds aren't a warm-up. They're the entire gatekeeper. You want to know how to slay that? Be unforgettable. Be unexpected. Be alive. Talk not just about the gap in the market, but about the pain in your chest, the one you woke up to every day that urged you to start. Make them feel that pulse racing inside you. You have a story? You better tell it fast. And don't waste time polishing it so much that it sounds rehearsed or safe. Investors sense that instantly. Be raw. Be a little vulnerable. Confident, but human. Let them hear your heartbeat through your words, because that's what creates trust in a world drowning in hype and platitudes. Now, a practical secret only the sharpest investors get. They're looking for authenticity, but paired with clarity and precision. That means your passion can't be a wild mess. It has to be focused like a laser beam. Say exactly what drives you. Cut the fluff. Drop the jargon. Show them the tangible promise behind your craziness. Give them just enough that they see the vision you see, but leave them thirsty for the next part. Because you tease something profound, not because you revealed everything at once. Here's where most falter. They either drown in details too fast or hang too long in vague inspiration. Neither works. The first 10 seconds demand a razor-sharp balance, enough story to humanize you, enough promise to electrify them, and enough mystery to hook and pull them deeper. Do that, and you leap from pitch to partnership before anyone even realizes it. But what if you're tired? Tired of endless rejections, tired of founders who don't get it, tired of the noise and the cycle of endless 9-to-5 pitching that feels impersonal and hollow. This is the exact thing this moment is for, to realign your fire, to remind yourself that this is bigger than a spreadsheet or a deck. It is a shared rebellion against mediocrity, against the safe and the obvious. Because the real winners, The memorable ones don't just fight for money, they fight for meaning. They fight so hard for their vision that you can't look away. Investors don't want the best business model. They want to back the person who won't stop, because failure is not an option, it's a stepping stone. The one who shakes the ground so hard with their conviction that others can feel the tremors. This is how you break through, by embracing your own rebellion, by rejecting the scripted pitches, by standing sovereign over your story and wielding your will like a weapon. In those first 10 seconds, you're not presenting a startup. You're unleashing a force, unfiltered, unbound, unbreakable. And here's the kicker. This isn't taught in fancy pitch classes or by some guru's formula. This is learned only by those who've dared to burn their old skin, who've stared failure in the face and chosen to rise. So when you step up to that pitch, don't deliver a pitch. Deliver a revolution. Let your voice crack with passion. Let your eyes burn with the truth of your mission. They will hear the difference. They will feel it in their gut. And they will want to come with you, because this industry isn't about playing safe anymore. It never was. So with every second ticking in those first 10, remember, they are tuning into your frequency. Are you broadcasting something electric or static? Are you reaching out from the edge, the place where the exceptional live? Or are you trapped inside the cage of the expected, the ordinary? If your pitch doesn't bring the storm, the lightning, the heat, then it's invisible. And invisible is the death knell in venture capital. What every VC really wants is to be ignited. To see that fire so vividly, so deeply, that it sets off a chain reaction. That spark you light is contagious. It spreads quickly, and once it catches, it fuels everything that follows. So step into those 10 seconds not as a routine, but as a calling. Own the moment. Own yourself. Be the pulse, the heartbeat, the force that makes them sit up and listen. This world isn't looking for another good idea. It's starving for the exceptional few who refuse to settle, who disrupt silently but powerfully from the edge. That is the source of progress, the way you break the static and sound of noise. Do that, and those 10 seconds won't be a gamble. They'll be your launch pad, your signature, your revolution in motion. Every second counts, every breath carries weight. It's your moment to rise above all limits. Don't waste it. Because this is what every VC is chasing in those first 10 seconds. The fire in the eyes, the soul behind the story, the undying hunger to become more. Own that, and no one walks away. Not now, not ever.